We need something to look forward to, especially when it comes to our goals. Like the vibes can't just be the vibes. We have to be very intentional and strategic with how we show up on a daily basis for the vibes to really vibe.
If I wrote you a symphony just to say how much you mean to me, what would you do? If I told you you were beautiful, would you date me on the regular? Tell me, would you? Well, baby, I've been around the world, but I ain't seen myself another girl like you. This ring here represents my heart, but there's just one thing I need from you. Say I do.
Yay! Welcome back to another episode. I am so excited because today we are talking about the 75 hard holistic version. It is very, very different than your typical standard 75 hard. I'm going to explain to you the rules. 75 days of pouring into mind, body, soul. But the holistic version is a little bit more about nutrition, emotional eating, eating for energy, plant-based eating, adding colors and fruits to every single meal. So I'm excited. This is specifically for the emotional eaters, for the people who struggle or challenge with eating differently, for the people who don't know about eating habits, for us to discover who we really are as emotional eaters. But most importantly, I want us to focus on eating and living for energy, because we all know how we should eat. We all know we should add more salads, add more greens, add more spinach, kale, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, all that. We already know what we should be eating, but it's about creating daily habits, a schedule, meal thinking, making sure you're prepping your life in a way to eat better. Do you have time and space to cook? So that is what we're going to talk about. Not only how we should eat, but how we should set up eating better. So it's all holistic and it's all related. We eat better, we live better, we feel better, we do better. All of that is related. So let's get into it. And y'all, this is my favorite topic to talk about because everything comes down to habits, daily habits, making the small changes every single day, 1%, 1%, 1%. So by the end of the month, we've already increased our habits by 30%. I got that from Atomic Habits by James Clear because that book literally changed my life. And if you guys haven't already tuned into Full Cup, it is a reading series where I read different self-help and developmental books. The book that we are reading is This Is How You Heal by Brianna Wiest. It's a great book, y'all. It talks about self-healing, how to get rid of limiting self-belief systems, and how to step into your higher self. And we all want to do that. Okay. So let's talk about 75 hard. One thing that I always notice when it comes down to 75 hard is people do not get specific with diet. And most importantly, they don't get specific with daily habits. They just don't honor the practicality and the daily things that we should be honoring in order to commit to 75 hard. Everybody say hi, Papa. Hi, Loli. You're so sweet to me. You want to talk about 75 hard? You like, we walk every day. We walk every day. We walk every day. No, Loli, no. All right, Papa, you gotta say. If you're gonna be here, you gotta say. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, y'all, sorry. But when everybody talks about 75 hard, they do not get into detail. They don't talk about the daily habits that you need to honor, what a schedule should look like, and just the little small things that we need to start focusing on. So that's what we're going to talk about today. How to stay committed to 75 hard in realistic, practical, and simple ways. So let's get into it. First things first, let's talk about 75 hard, the holistic version. For starters, it's just like the original where no alcohol for 75 days. That could be very hard for some people and very easy for some people, but no alcohol. Next, what makes the holistic version a little bit different is we're starting the day off with ginger shot. Ginger, turmeric, lemon or grapefruit, orange, cardamom, and black pepper. We need black pepper to properly absorb turmeric. But if you are pregnant, breastfeeding, or if you have any issues with your blood, I highly recommend you speaking to a doctor before you consume turmeric every single day. Or you could just have the ginger shots without any turmeric, just lemon, ginger, and honey. That works as well. So that's the first thing we're doing, is starting the day off with ginger shot. Next, we're going to start the day off with fruits. I highly recommend a variety of 2 to 3 different fruits. Next, we're adding greens to every single meal. We're not going to have a meal without greens. We're going to add spinach, kale, broccoli, side salad, Brussels sprouts, string beans, cabbage. We are making sure we are adding a green. And if you can't add a green, always add a color. Red cabbage, red onions, carrots, sweet potato, anything like that. We are always adding vegetables, colors, and nutrients to every single meal. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. Next, we are doing 2 30-minute workouts once a day. And one of those workouts ideally should be outside. So walking, running, hiking, bike riding, rollerblading, anything that has to do with outside, 30 minutes, walking your dog, perfect 30 minutes. We are outside with it as well. And I do want to make a point to say that stretching counts. Stretching your body, doing yoga. My favorite girl ever is Ariana Elizabeth on YouTube. Stretching counts as movement. So on the days that you need rest and recovery, those are the days that you stretch, practice deep breathing, and really tune into your body. Now next, drinking 12 to 14 cups of water a day. Ideally, it is 1 gallon, being that we will be exercising so much, but I want to encourage you to listen to your body. Anything between 12, 14, or even 16 cups of water is great. So just kind of read the room with that, but the minimum is 12. Another rule in 75 Hard, which is extremely important, is having a nighttime routine and a morning routine. This is what makes 75 Hard Holistic a little bit different, because people are always talking about, oh, read 10 pages, oh, do this and do that. But it's just like, when do you have the space to do that? How are you starting your day? Are you setting the intention? Do you already have a to-do list? Are you tuning into mind, body, soul? Are you really taking care of yourself, or are we just jumping on the phone the second we wake up? Let's be honest. Are we jumping on the phone the second we wake up, or are we tuning in and grounding ourselves before we even interact or engage with the world? Like, we really have to pay attention to things like that. And I want to encourage us to tune in with ourselves first thing in the morning and first thing at night. Always check in with a big 3, the big 3 things that you want to do for the day, your intentions, how you want to feel, what you're going to eat, things like that. In the morning and in the night, just carve out a minimum of 30 minutes. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that too. Next, we are reading 10 pages a day, just like the original. Ideally, it's supposed to be a self-help book, but I want to encourage everyone to read whatever you feel comfortable with. A fiction book, a money book, a book on psychology, anything you feel comfortable with. Just making sure we're reading 10 pages a day, just for like mental development, learning new words, enhancing our vocabulary, things like that. Last but not least, this is my favorite one, and it is so important, and it's honestly what makes 75 Hard Holistic very different. I want us to have a creative hobby. Once a week for 1 hour a day, go on an artist day. Go somewhere by yourself and color, draw, paint, go to a museum, script writing, do something creative, crochet, start something from scratch, play and have fun. It is so important for our emotional and mental health. And also, the main reason why we need to do this is because it starts to curb emotional food cravings. So if you're somebody that's always craving salt and sugar and bready and crunchy and fried foods, tapping into more creative hobbies, more childlike joy, more artistic, creative endeavors, it literally feeds and pours into your life in a very specific way. This way, we're not going to food for feeling good. We're not going for food for fun. We're not going for food because we're bored. We're not going for food because we need to really be tuning into certain emotions. We're less sad. We're less bored. We're less lonely because we're healing our inner child and we're playing. Like playing. We don't realize how important a creative hobby is for our emotional and well-being. So now let's talk about how we're going to organize everything, because I know that this can sound very overwhelming. Like, oh my gosh, you want me to eat better, do better, live better, show up better, wake up early, go to bed, read 10 pages, work out twice, one gotta be outside. Like, I know it sounds like a lot, but I am here to help you to create practical steps for us to do this every single day in a way that flows seamlessly, and we're able to read the room when it comes to our body and also enhance the quality of our lives. So let's get into it, right? One thing that is so important is that we want to organize our schedule. There are a few things that no matter what, every single week we want to put it into our calendars, and we want to carve out time for this. This way we know exactly what we're doing when we're doing it, and we're not just flowing every single day and just going with the vibes. We have a strategy, we have intention, and we're going after it. So these are the things that we always want to be scheduling in our calendar, because it's very, very easy to be like, I want to eat better, I want to move more, I want to work out. But without any specific strategy to it, we won't get it done. I cannot stress this enough. We need to be more specific at a day, at a date, at a time, at all of that. So one thing that we're going to be scheduling every single week is we're going to carve out one day to organize our meals. Just brainstorm your meals. Think of top 3 breakfast meals, top 3 lunch meals, and top 3 dinner meals. Just think about the meals that you're going to eat for the week. This is so important. Top 3 breakfast, top 3 lunch, top 3 dinner. We're going to do this every single Saturday. I like to do it on Saturdays. This way, when I wake up on Sunday, I already know what I'm eating. I already went food shopping. I already know what's up. everything works out perfectly. Next, now that we know what we're going to be eating for the week and we just have ideas, typically most of my clients eat the same 3 to 4 meals every single week, or cook the same 3 or 4 meals every single week. You don't have to create a huge variety. Just think about your top 3 meals and make it really simple. But in order for us to effectively follow up with our meals that we plan for the week, we need to schedule in the second thing, a food shopping day. Ideally 1 to 2 days a week where you know you can go food shopping and you have the space, you have about 2 or 3 hours to go food shopping and get everything that you need to make your weekly meals work. So that is going to look like on Wednesdays and Saturdays, this is when I go food shopping. Every Saturday, this is when I go food shopping so I can have my meals starting on Sunday. Schedule in this time. Do not just vibe out with that because it never works out. We don't want to go food shopping hungry and we don't want to go food shopping just off vibes. We will forget something. We will buy things that we don't need and we will buy things that are not in alignment with who we're trying to become. Someone with more energy, someone with a begging body that doesn't only look good, it feel good, somebody with more vibrancy. So I say all that to say, let's just focus on that and being very specific with the days that we are going to go food shopping to show up for our weekly meal. Next thing we're going to schedule in are the days that we can cook. First, we're going to look at our schedule. We're going to look at our work schedule, our social schedule, the days that we're meeting up with friends, or we might be out and about. So we're already eating out. We want to look at that schedule and see what days we can cook. Plan out 2 to 3 days where you are dedicating to cooking, either meal prepping or cooking dinner for that day, and it can possibly be lunch for tomorrow, but absolutely scheduling days that you are going to be cooking. For me, I personally cook 3 to 4 days a week because I work from home. I absolutely love salads and I love my food fresh and I just need to cook. It feels really good. Constantly eating out tends to zap my energy away and I don't know all the ingredients in it, so it tends to make me very tired. So I highly recommend prioritizing cooking more and also scheduling in the days that you're gonna cook. We need something to look forward to, especially when it comes to our goals. Like the vibes can't just be the vibes. We have to make the vibes the vibes. If that makes any sense, like we have to be very intentional and strategic with how we show up on a daily basis for the vibes to really vibe. I don't know if I'm talking too much, but yes. Next thing that we absolutely want to schedule in is 1 day a week where we are making our batch ginger shots. So ginger, lemon, honey, or ginger, turmeric, and black pepper. Schedule in 1 day to make your weekly batch or a weekly detox juice. I do have a guide on my website and it's called Gut Check, the holistic guide to healing your gut. It has a ginger shot detox recipe and it also has a detox juice recipe, and it also helps you eat more meals that help out your microbiome and heal your gut. So I highly recommend getting that guide if you haven't already. But yes, and I also have a plant-based guide if you're struggling with how to add more colors and more fruits and veggies to your meals. But okay, back to schedule programming. The next thing that we want to schedule in is 2 to 3 workouts throughout the week. Know already what days you're going to work out. I like to aim for 2 to 3 workouts on 2 to 3 different days. It can be Pilates or bar or boxing or swimming or trapeze or dancing or hiking or just anything like that. Just always plan out your weekly workout. This way, the night before, you can set out your workout set. You feeling cute. You already know how you want to work out. And I also think that scheduling out your workouts is very important because then you can schedule in your rest and recovery days. Like I was saying before, stretching is extremely important. So on the days that you're not getting heavy, vigorous HIIT movement in, those are the days that you stretch. Those are the days that you tune into deep yoga, deep meditation, practicing breathing and breath work and EFT tapping. And you are just tuning into intentional movement that promotes rest and recovery on those days. So important. Always know the workouts that you're going to do. For me, I already know Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays is hot Pilates or hot yoga. Tuesdays and Thursdays is either going to be a very extended long walk or a long stretch. And then Saturdays and Sundays is definitely either hiking with my dog, stretching, or it's a combo of everything, or it's my dance class. But no matter what, I am always moving, always stretching, and always honoring deep breathing in every single workout and every single muscle group. It just makes a huge difference and I highly recommend it. When we know what we're going to do and we schedule it in, it increases the probability of us actually showing up and doing it. It's just something about when we put things into the physical world, it's just easier for the universe and the physical world to show up for us and be like, here, because you had said you wanted that. You had said you wanted that. So here. Oh, and another thing that I want to talk about with workouts, if you're struggling with figuring out what workouts work for you, I just want to say everybody is not a gym girly, and that is okay. Everybody does not flourish in the gym. If you are just one of those girls that does not love the gym, join a workout class, join a martial arts class, boxing, swimming, dancing, anything that feels good. One thing that I like to do is think about my childhood. Like, what workouts did I love in my childhood? I love manhunt, so I love running around. I love rollerblading and roller skating, and I love dancing. So when we start thinking about movements that we loved as a child, let's also start thinking about the adult versions to them and seeing what we can do, what we can sign up for, what we can do at home, what we can find on YouTube, but just making sure that we're finding movement that feels good. So working out feels less like a chore and we're dragging our feet, and instead it's really feeling like a hobby. It's something that's creative. It's something that we look forward to. We like, can't wait to move my body. Can't wait to move my body. Like, that's what we want to do. That's how we want to feel. We want to feel excited for working out. And it makes such a huge difference when we find workouts that heal our inner child and that are fun and vibrant and make us feel good. So I highly recommend, y'all. Highly recommend. Next, we want to schedule in time to have a creative hobby. At the beginning of every week, select one day out the week where just for 1 hour, you can do something creative. On Saturday and Sunday nights, I absolutely love to crochet. It brings my heart so much joy. It's very therapeutic. It feels good to literally watch something go from one thread to a whole blanket, to a shirt, to a skirt. So I highly recommend creating things or going to a museum date. But no matter what, schedule in one day a week for just 1 hour, a creative hobby, and just play. Wait, another thing that I love to do is adult coloring. Hold on, let me show y'all real quick. Okay, I wanted to show y'all real quick, but I got a Rugrats coloring book. Growing up, this was my favorite show. So it really just does something to me being able to color. I colored this. It's just so fun and therapeutic, and I'm always just listening to old music, early 2000s, and I just go to work. So I highly recommend getting a fun coloring book and just setting out time to be creative, therapeutic, joyful, and just tapping into that childlike energy. It really makes a difference in how we show up for ourselves. Last but not least, we always want to be scheduling in time to read, whether that's in the morning or the night, just 10 pages to read. Always have that in your calendar every single day. Where can I fit in just 10 pages of reading? Because once we set the intention to read, especially a good book, we're going to tune into it more often when it's on the schedule. So yes, y'all, we are scheduling time to cook, to make ginger shots, to plan our meals, to go food shopping, to work out, to do all the things that we say we're going to do. I'm telling you right now, put it in the calendar. This is where we start. And one thing that helps me and my clients the most with eating, especially if you're a very deep emotional eater, is to meal think every single day. Every single day. Always think about the meals you're going to have. We're not waiting until we're already hungry. By then it's way too late. We're going to go with the convenient, cheap option, something that's very quick. We don't want that, because future self gonna be tired and groggy and feeling guilty, like, well, I ate that. Like, no. We don't want that. We want to actually feel cool and vibrant and energetic. Like, oh, I just went on a light walk. I knew what I was eating already, so I ate that. It just makes a huge difference. It really, really does. So please drop in the comments below one thing that you're looking forward to starting, one thing that you have started. What's one wellness habit that you recently started that changed your life? Have you ever tried 75 hard? Are you open to it? Should you do 75 soft? Y'all want to find some information out about that? Whatever it is, talk to me in the comments. I talk back. I want this to be more of a conversation. And I want us to have a lot more intention with our daily habits. This way we can show up better for mind, body, soul. Wait. And if you haven't already bought your 75 Hard Holistic Guide, go get the guide. It has a schedule, a template, a meal plan, how we should be eating, a gut shot detox recipe, all good things. And it's going to help you meet yourself halfway. And that's what we all want. We want a guide to help us get to where we want to be. So y'all, please like, comment, and subscribe. Go tell a friend to go tell a friend. Have a friend come and join you for 75 Hard. Do it with a partner. Make it an accountability thing. We are all friends here. Let's just share the community, put people on, and tune in. Okay, so this is for the end of the video. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I appreciate y'all. Big love, not the little one.
Because I can see us holding hands, walking on the beach, our toes in the sand. I can see us on the countryside, sitting on the grassland side by side. You could be my baby, let me make you my lady. Girl, you amaze me, ain't gotta do nothing crazy. See, all I want you to do is be my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. Ain't another woman that can take your spot, my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. away my life, so don't give away in another woman that can take your spot.